This lesson, we're going to start creating some JavaScript. So basically, JavaScript is an interpreted programming language, which means that all you need is a web browser in order to run JavaScript. So you can create some files and have them named as extension JS, and they're going to run right on your computer. Open them up in your browser, and you're going to be able to see that you're able to write JavaScript, and there's no compiling, and once you write the JavaScript, it's all ready to go. So let's open up our editors and create our first JavaScript file. Now, in order to render it out in a browser, we do need to give it the extension of HTML, or we can link to a JS file. So I'm going to show you how to do that in the end of the lesson. But for now, let's write up and create, so this is going to be an HTML file, and in order to call JavaScript, we do it like we do with other HTML elements where we have an opening and closing tag, and then any content within here, so this is where the JavaScript is going to live. And this is how the browser is going to know that this is JavaScript and we want to render this out. So simply, I've created a blank file called script.html, and now I'm going to open it up in my browser and we'll see what happens. So here I've got it within my browser, and when I refresh it, we get this pop-up that says hello, and in order for me to continue, I need to actually click OK on here. And that's one of the simplest formats for JavaScript, where we've got a simple action with one line of code and it actually renders out something. So if I was actually to remove these script tags, the browser actually wouldn't know what to do with this. So if we went out here and if we removed it and refreshed it, we can see that nothing happens. So if I look at the source of this, there's nothing happening now. And that's because this is not able to actually render out the JavaScript. So because we're including those script tags, we're able to render that out. So I did say that there is another way to add JavaScript into your web page. So I've got a website open here, an HTML file. I've got some HTML here linking to a style sheet. And the same way that we're linking to a style sheet, we can link to a JavaScript file. So we can do the same thing as this HTML file, and if we want to bring this JavaScript, we could easily bring the JavaScript into the page just by adding it as script tags, and then it renders out just like it did in the previous page as well. But if we want to link out to an actual source file where we could house all of our JavaScript for a website like we do with CSS, then we can link out to a script.js file. So we'll give it the JS extension, and then we just need to make an update here. So I'm going to open up and create that script.js. Now we've brought our JavaScript into our page, and I can link out to it by linking source. So I've got the script.js down there, and it's completely blank right now, and we're going to link out to script.js. And once I save that, and if I refresh this, first of all, we're not going to, unless we actually are linking out to the page, so I just need to save that and just make sure that we don't have anything in there, refresh that, and we see that once the page loads, there's no JavaScript right now that it's rendering out, so nothing in the source code, and we're just linking out to the script.js file. So now let's add that alert back into script.js and see what happens. So it's going to render it out as if it was on the page itself, so the effect is the same thing, but the benefit here is that when we're linking out to a script file or a JS file, then we can link out to that same file throughout our entire website, and this is going to really save us a lot of time because we're not going to have to go onto every page, add in JavaScript, as well as if we do some updates, we don't have to update it anymore on every single page. So the main benefit is that it's going to be more versatile and easier to update when we link out to a script file. And you can just do it like this. Previously with JavaScript we had to specify that this is a JavaScript file, but now with HTML5 we only have to open up script, source, and close off script, and then this is all we need to do in order to link out to our external file. And it's as easy as that to add JavaScript to your web pages. And just a side note here, if you're practicing JavaScript and if you're using one of these online editors, then this is going to be the same format as linking. So we've got our HTML within our body area, we've got our CSS So this is linking out to a CSS file, and then this is linking out to a JavaScript file. And that's why we're able to just simply type in some JavaScript here and see it rendered out, because it's treating it as if this was an external JavaScript file, and it renders that out. So in the next lesson, we're going to dive deeper into JavaScript and find out all the different really amazing things we can do with it. So that's coming up.